I do not know what's not going on. Why are we... Alright, I do not know what happened there. Are you still there?
Sorry, hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did your audio cut off or mine, or what happened?
That was my internet. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it's yours. Mine cut
There's a
off too.
there's a thunderstorm above me right
Yeah,
now.
I
So
don't know what's above me here, but like my Twitch crashed at the same time as yours, I think. Like your audio crashed and my Twitch just reset. It's really random.
that's weird.
And
Sorry.
I don't think there's any storm out here. It might be raining, but like
I thought it was my problem, but
I thought it was yours at first too, and then my Twitch just reset. So like I don't know.
that's weird.
Anyway,
Uh,
you want to just continue here?
yeah. Are we back on?
Yeah, I think it should be back live. Yeah. So why do we feel that plow's not needed in the main deck?
Um. So plow's not needed because
Aggro
this is
deck.
closer to zoo than Death and Taxes. It's an aggro
Yeah.
deck. So we basically don't want to spend any slots on something that's not killing the opponent.
Especially if they're not on a deck creature deck, which isn't all of the format. There's still combo and like creature decks that you
Yeah, so
don't need to kill shit with. You just like have your main deck Cathars. Like
so you hope that between Cathars, Kudra has an activated ability to kill something if you're really desperate, and Nightclubber, you hope that's enough for removal. And the idea is basically turn 2 disruption, turn 4 kill them. Um, this sort of, if 60 card Death and Taxes is sort of too slow to be an aggro deck and not enough card advantage to be a control deck. Control is going all the way to the control end. This is going all the way to the aggro end of.
That's fair.
We want to just we want to disrupt them a little bit to not auto lose to combo and then kill them.
So a little surprised here from, or I guess it's more me. I'm surprised. They can't really move cards around here. Why is there no Deafening Silence on the sideboard when you're a white deck? You just like Mind Break more?
So the idea is I feel very favored against combo decks if I can make it to my turn 2.
Okay. So you don't want to die turn 1 on the draw, so you play Mind Breaks, basically.
Yeah, so basically we don't have Force of Will, but we have the Delver package of disruptive we have like the perfect combo for killing combo if we survive till our turn 2 because we have disruptive thing into fast kill. But the most important thing is not dying before you untap on turn 2. And since we already have several relevant 1-drops, again, between Champion is good against combo, Sentinel is like good against slower combo, Mom and Vile are like okay.
So
but we have lots of.
The only reason I like Deafening Silence is that on a white deck you can just go turn 1 Deafening Silence, turn 2 any of your stuff, and then you just win. But like Mind Break can be beat on some combo decks, like that are, I don't know, can either discard you or something. But I guess they can kind of beat that too if they're going turn 1 discard on the play. Like you kind of just, and this is way better if you're on the draw and trying to dying turn 1 to something. So
yeah, the idea is most white decks that have Deafening Silence have a lot of bad 1-drops like Plow that they want to get rid of
yeah,
or
for
ending.
sure.
Whereas we kind of on turn 1 we really want to be playing a Champion or maybe a Vile and then something wasteland them. So
yeah, I feel like, but you still can board out Mums against a lot of combo depending what it is. I don't know, but it's like it makes sense, yeah, to not be playing Deafening Silence.
It also has some synergy with Sentinel. Like back in the day, Leovold decks would run Mind Break traps because you're like guaranteed to draw it in. Now it doesn't draw your whole deck with tendrils; it only draws 1. But sometimes you can draw into it, whereas you can with a Sentinel, but you can't draw into as Alex.
That's fair enough, yeah. And what was it? I had one other question, which is, which are your worst matchups? I went over this with you, but like we might as well go.
Okay, so this deck is a Sentinel deck. So if Sentinel is relevant, which is blue control, Delver, and the like not turn 1 blue combo decks. So like Ant or Show and Tell, those are good matchups. If Sentinel is not relevant, you're in for a rough time, which is most fair non-blue decks. Death and Taxes, even Stompy sometimes, Goblins, Green-White Depths, Lands, 8 Mulch. Just anything that can ignore Esper Sentinel and is a way of... And usually, fair non-blue decks have more board control. So this deck really wants to hate on cantrips and then kill you. But if you have no cantrips and you have lots of removal, then you're probably going to be okay.
Yeah, Nick Gator's here. He says I can finally put a voice to Reeplcheep after about 1,000 matches in the past. It's cool to see Nick Gator around though. He's a good guy. Been a while. Haven't seen him play in a long ass time.
I have better chance of. When I was first brewing curses, I lost a lot to Negator.
I just used to lose a lot to Negator. Period.
Oh yeah, I still lose a lot to Negator.
Wait, does he still play? I haven't faced him in like ages.
I don't think he plays that much anymore.
I haven't faced him in ages. I don't see a whole ton of like Turbo Depths online anymore. It's just like green white.
Yeah. So I think the 58 of the cards are pretty set in stone. You have flex the Tomic in Night Clubber slots. You can flex around depending on your meta. I've tried Bob. I've tried Luminarch Aspirant. I've tried Orzhov Pontiff. You can do Prelate, but I think the rest of the shell is pretty set in stone. Tomic and Night Clubber just have the advantage of being like moderately good for Delver, but also good against Fair Non Blue, which are your hard matchups. At turn 3, Night Clubber is obviously pretty decent against Vile and Elves, and Tomic is really annoying for lands decks if they don't have Krakus.
Are all our creatures in this deck humans? That's a spirit. So that
every single one except.
That's annoying,
yes, but... although you're much less color intensive than 5-color humans. Yes. So against blue, spending a cavern.
To me, it's more like this card where you want it versus 8 cast can't be cavern in where they play Force of Will.
Well, no, if you're playing against them, you name Spirit.
Oh, really? Oh,
and you do it, and then they lose.
Jig likes Plows in the main deck, but we're not playing Plows.
You have a lot of white sources, so you don't really need Cavern to cast your spells, except maybe Tomic and Night Clubber.
That makes sense then if you're gonna Cavern it in. Yeah. Okay, let's get started here. So, if that's okay with you. We've talked for 7 minutes plus whatever the time of the last stream was before it cut out for both of us somehow at the same time. I don't know how that happened. Like your audio cut off, and then my stream just crashed at the same time. I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was my fault. That's why I was getting annoyed. Like, but like I think it was like both. I don't know. It was weird.
So Negator, have you been playing it at all recently?
He says it's been a long time. I think that probably means probably not. I haven't seen him online at all, unless he's using alts, which a lot of people do, including myself. Like a lot of the top players do use alts a lot, so.
Really? The only people I've seen use alts is you and
Newton.
Newton has a bunch.
I think JPA or one of his buddies does too. I'm not sure. You have not been playing no alts. I feel like I know who this is, but we're gonna not try to find out. Do you want me to look up what they're on or not? Like this sounds really slow.
Do you know? Yeah, you have 16 You have 16 1-drops, so I generally wouldn't keep a hand without 1-drops.
Last results on Delver. So I think we mull this. Right?
It has a lot of lands, which is nice, but I think it's too slow. I think on the draw, it's definitely a mull.
That's way better.
That does seem like better.
Okay, bottom Night Clubber, I think?
Yeah, I think we bottom Clubber here.
Are you leading on Champion or Esper Sentinel here, off of Cavern?
If we against blue decks, I just really like Cavern Sentinel.
Okay, so do we assume it's a blue deck and Cavern Sentinel?
Yeah, I think so. If we don't have Cavern, then I usually go Human. go champion.
Sure,
But
that makes
it's
sense.
just such a nice it's just such a nice combo against blue decks where you're just like,
Ooh, that's really small.
I hope you have two hands.
I had my screen really small last night because I was playing a control mirror, and just the board state just went like 20 lands wide. So I was
Okay.
like, I had it all really small, but then I zoomed it in now. It still could be
Okay,
Delver.
so I think
Just attack.
since we drew a third land, oh yeah, yeah, I would attack. We're not playing the lieutenant this turn. I think. I think for mana efficiency, you could consider playing the freebooter and going champ lieutenant next turn.
Sure, do you want to do that? So off of Caracas, I think?
Yeah, yeah, correct. Like, yeah, I could see an argument for champion too, but I
Yeah.
like this description.
Doesn't make sense. It's better for curve-wise purposes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Delver, that's control. Take ending? Yeah, that's
Yeah, we like when they catch up.
it's ending or ponder, and I think we like when they cantrip. You should take force.
Yeah, so that's why if you have a cavern, it's really nice to lead on Canonist.
I hate that this doubles up. Let me just do this better.
Okay, so we should be able to kill them before the arrow comes out. So
There's 6.
yeah, it's really annoying that it does twice.
Yeah, that's like really annoying. I just wanted to pull it up for stream. Wait, can stream not see that? Stream cannot see that. I'll fix that one sec. My screen share thing. My friend's gonna fix this when he helps me another day, but my screen share doesn't always capture everything for whatever or my screen capture. But like it'll fix now. I did it. Oh, we're good to draw a card or not?
No.
Well, that's
they
fine.
don't have anything used. Yeah.
So this is four color control, right?
Yeah. So basically, we just kill them before they get an arrow, and with a Krax, we don't even really care if they escape it. So just drop everything. I don't think we really. I like not playing Mom. I like doing Cavern Champ into Lieutenant just because power.
Champion first. We came off of what? Off of Krakus.
Champion first off of Krakus. Yeah. Because the whole point of this deck is to make Sentinel a 2/2. So
oopsies, I cast a spell without Cavern, counter opponent. Yes. Draws cards. Good.
Yes. Thank you. We got it. Okay. And then just Lieutenant. We came here to make Sentinel a 2/2. And that's what we're gonna do.
Yes. That's what we came here to do, apparently. Out aggro the Euro deck.
Yeah. And of course, if we draw a 2-draw at any time.
To be fair to the opponent, I think they're correct to counter that, like even though we're drawing a card. Like I think they just have to counter anything they can at this point and like escape that Euro as fast as possible, like just gain life back.
Yep. But unless they wasteland the Krakus, I think we don't really care.
Yeah.
And we also can play Atomic to avoid the Krakus. Make sure the Krakus survives.
Drawing the second Krakus is a little awkward. So are we supposed to Cavern Mum now first? Do we really care if they counter this Atomic?
I guess it just depends if you think they have Wasteland or not.
Well, 4-color plays Wasteland. A couple, right? But it just depends. Like, do we even care about Wasteland at this point? Like, rather just get the Mum in play is probably a better card.
No, I think Mum's probably better, but then save the Krakus.
Oh, like don't play out the Krakus.
Yeah, because if we want Mum to be uncounterable, that means if we don't care about making Tomic uncounterable, we don't care about protecting him.
I get that, yeah.
And we're doing way more than 3 damage a turn, so as long as we keep the.
And you don't.
If they're spending.
Yeah, you don't care about Krakusing Euro now versus our turn, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah, we just hope they're not running a Miser's Supreme Verdict. That's it.
No verdict, please, opponent. And if you do, let us draw a card, please. But we're probably dead to it. We're probably very dead to the verdict at this point. But I don't
Yeah,
think it's very common for them to run a verdict in the main, at least. They might be
at least
running
in
one.
four color,
Just
they have a lot of
conceded.
creatures.
They just
Okay, so
conceded.
we run them over. That's normally how these things go, at least in game one. Uh, so I don't think. I think yeah. I they will have some X1 hate of some sort. Probably Staticaster. So I think I like Plow.
Yeah, going all three
Um,
or I don't love Clubber. I don't. This deck doesn't play like Ice Fang or any like blockers that are 1/1s, right?
yeah, the Clubbers against or Planeswalker heavy lists. Just the haste draw card could be nice against a Teferi, but I don't think four color is going to be like that. They're going to have burrows and stuff.
Yeah,
I
four
think
color
that's the
plays
plan.
like some play. Well, we need to cut one more card or go to.
Well, maybe we only have two plows. I like. I don't know how much
We'd be
X1 hate they're
stunned if
running.
Verdict was main deck playable and Legacy. Some Jeskai lists will run one. Yeah, some Jeskai control lists will run one Verdict main deck just because of the amount of Delver and like the matchup is
But,
a lot worse than they think it is on Jeskai. A lot of the time they're losing that, so they just need more and more removal, especially uncounterable stuff.
yeah, they put 16 blue red three drops in their deck and then pretend that
Yeah, the Delver
two
matchup's
verdicts
good.
solve it.
They literally have like those lists have like 4 Narsets, 3 Teferis, 3 to 4
Days of doing.
Breachers and Days Undoing and stuff. It's like okay, my deck gets entirely countered by Power Blast. I need to have
Oh,
one
and that's not
removal.
even
Like
counting Snapcaster as a
that
three drop.
that too. Yeah, yeah. It's a
Uh,
lot of cards that lose to this Power Blast, and Delver's main deck
yeah,
two Power Blasts these days usually. So
I think we're fine with two plows unless we see a lot of like Staticasters
all
or
right,
black for
that's
Positioner.
fair enough.
No, yeah, this deck is definitely it's a little flooded. I think that's just not enough gas.
I think that's them all.
Yeah, if some of those lands were clearings, I might keep them. Oh, right.
That's good. This will work.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think Tomek and Plowback, or I don't know,
I think it's Tomek and Plow too, and just try to aggro. Uh, it's really
or
awkward.
just
I don't really think we have the luxury of plowing at any point.
yeah, it's fine. I think that's right. Basically, I think we just do double mom and hope the one survives.
Yeah. Hope they don't have the static caster card before we can. Ooh,
Oh, perfect.
is that
Yeah,
change
I think you
anything?
just played. I think you just played champion.
Off cavern or
Yeah, champion of Cameron. I think. Uh, and then you next turn we double mom
they're
and
probably gonna
hope
plow.
that
They're
one
probably gonna plow
survives.
this. Oh, they didn't plow it in a turn. I just assumed they had to plow there. That's why they weren't doing anything turn one.
Yeah, they could have an ending, I guess.
Oh, jeez. That wasteland is not kind to us. Cast something I don't care
Yeah,
about. What are you casting? Oh, you'd rather cast that than wasteland the 5 card Mull? Interesting.
sure. Well,
Slam
if we
some.
think our wastelands in our future, it might make sense to free Purdue first. Or we could just play two moms so we can crash through.
They get to convey, so we don't necessarily get to
Oh
crash
yeah, we don't
there.
want to do that.
So we probably just do
Oh yes,
Freebooter then? Oh,
yeah,
that's so awkward.
yeah. Let's just do free Purdue. It's fine, especially if we don't draw on land next turn.
Yeah, this is awkward. I mean, this is what happens when you mull the 5 versus a deck that can just wasteland you. Like, take
That's
the plow, I guess, and I hope they're gonna waste. They're definitely gonna
yeah.
waste us on this hand. Their hand's actually not that good. Their hand's fine
Yeah,
until they draw a brainstorm, then it's way fucking scarier for us.
yeah, that happens. Yeah, that's why I didn't want too many plows, just in case they have a non-creature sweepers.
Yeah. I mean, it's still gonna be. It would still would have been fine against this Ledger Shredder thing, but like
It's true.
they didn't wasteland
Okay.
us. Ooh.
Uh,
Thoughts on just slamming that?
do we want the terminus before they find brainstorm?
Oh, good point. But if they brainstorm now, in response, it can't take the terminus regardless.
Yeah, okay, but you don't think if they had a brainstorm they would have tried to hit their land drop?
That's a good point. Yeah,
I think we take the
just kite sell.
I think we take the terminus and then crash because they feel they probably don't have too many sweepers.
Is there a better way to trigger? Is there a optimal way of triggering this in order or not?
Not really. No, it doesn't really matter.
They drew endurance, so they just drew more uncastable cards.
Yeah, so we just really hope they don't ever draw a green source and
Take the terminus, right?
yeah, terminus. You might as well attack with the freebooter. I don't think they're going to jump the champion, but I think it's probably strictly correct.
Just free to get the attack
Right.
in. Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to block it, but I think it's pretty free.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Do you think they cast Narset or Uro here?
I feel like they have to cast Uro, right?
Yeah. Trying to dig
I
for
don't
action.
really see the appeal of Shredder in 4-color. They're not really great at double spelling.
They aren't great at double spelling, but they play Uros they can discard. It seems medium. I already feel kind of medium about this card in Legacy. I think this card's way better in Vintage than in Legacy. I know a lot of people are testing in Shells in Legacy, but it just feels worse than like people are testing in Delver instead of Delver Secrets. It just feels a lot worse than Delver Secrets. But I could be very wrong on that. Ooh, what are we doing here? Go wide or not? We still don't really want to cast 2 spells if we can avoid it.
Yeah, the only question is champion or lieutenant. I think. The lieutenant is a lot more damage now, but champion will be more damage later. Yeah. Actually, never mind. Lieutenant's only like 2 more damage this turn. I think we can play the champion.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Right? Because he is 2, 3 will still bounce off. So it's just really 1 more champion.
Mm-hmm. Do we attack with both the flyers, right?
I think we attack with everything. I think the chances of them having 2 0-drops is 0.
It's 0.
I guess like they could have like a.
I guess the advantage of not playing the
endurance for 0 value.
I guess the only downside of not playing the lieutenant this turn is if they do eventually decide to waste land us, but they're so far behind. I don't think they really get that luxury. So yeah.
And like we have our moms.
If they've drawn a plow, it's bad for us. They've not drawn.
Oh, nice endurance for 0 value.
Well,
0 mana.
Double loot. Pump 2 dudes.
Yeah, I guess.
Discard Narset.
Yeah, but that's a Force of Virtue, which I'm not sure is Legacy playable.
Yeah, basically. Discard their Uro too. They're basically fueling their Uro, is what they're trying to do here. For like when they eventually draw lands, they can cast it.
Well, they still need to draw 1 more land to do that.
They do.
Yes. I'd much rather not have to deal with that 3/4. So.
Yeah, I think that's good news for us. They're probably just trying to filter to find a plow or something too, though.
Yeah. Well, if they plow the terminus, things get messy.
I would rather not trigger those things ever. Because
let's not trigger the things. The question is champion or Thalia. Champion.
Is it possible Mum's better than champion this turn?
Oh, that's possible.
Like, I don't hate trying to get a Mum online at some point here. I don't think Lieutenant does anything here.
Well, Lieutenant means you can attack with everything.
That is true.
No, they can double
block and get a plow and then get the other one off. Yeah. I think it's either Mum or champion. Kind of leaning towards Mum, but I could be wrong on that. So if I do, they're gonna trigger both of these. We can only attack with one regardless. What are you thinking?
Yeah, this deck is a little bit different than normal 4-color, so I'm not 100% sure. I think Champion's the higher upside play, but I think maybe Mum's correct.
I'm leaning on Mum as well. Let's try that one.
Yeah.
Those things are sure stalling time versus us,
They are.
which is
I'm
rather
not sure
annoying.
they're doing it, but they seem to be doing a worse job at that than Strix or something.
They don't play Strix in four color already though, right? So it's just like
Sure.
it's. I don't really know what they've cut for that. I assume it's like Breacher or something. I don't really know what four. I really don't know what four color looks like, honestly. Oh shit, this is bad for us.
That's not good.
That's not good. Okay, so when they plow this one of these cards now, they've oh no, but if we cast our second spell, does it trigger it too?
Yeah, it triggers it both.
I was like, if oh they're killing mom. Okay, so they're gonna double block this or maybe.
Probably.
Well, actually, no. We can cast another spell now. We can cast another spell now because they have to just discard two, right? Let's just draw and discard two. Oh, it's just draw and discard one.
Well, one to be dead.
Yeah, so it's just draw discard one. They have no cards in hand,
Yeah.
so it's not filtering, so we can cast a spell. That's
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
right? So we take the bigger one out.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we just play a mom then, right?
Yeah, I think we take a mom, and now they have a big dude.
Okay, you draw discard. Brainstorm, perfect. So turn this here. I guess they get a trigger in that this gets bigger, but like that's the only thing that happens when we get a mom into play, which I think is relevant enough. What is this? Narset. They didn't want to tap off the wasteland. Interesting. I would have left up Plower ending mana there, but that's just me. Like Plower ending on mom seems very good, or a Ponder. Like, I guess they couldn't have left up Ponder, but they could have left up like Plower ending. Champion time, I guess. Nothing better to do.
I guess is it worth cashing in a mom tap to make sure Narset doesn't get a card?
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, pro blue, kill Narset. Yeah.
Pro blue.
This isn't looking super hot, but I think we're doing pretty well for a multi-5.
Yeah, for a Moldify versus their start, I think we're doing fine. Their hand was like fairly awkward, which is mostly what I feel when I play four color occasionally, is that the deck kind of gets a lot of those awkward hands. But I don't know that the Shredder does help their deck necessarily, like either.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Like I don't know four color well enough to know what they cut for that. Do you have any clue what they would have cut for that? It's not Ice Fang. No. It's like maybe a combination of some endurance and some.
I guess cards. Expressive iteration they cut for it.
Maybe that could be
don't
possible.
See very much red.
That's possible, but EI is really good with Shredder too. I don't know. I would cut that. Strand, Wasteland, Strand. That's bad for us. We have no lands.
I've seen pretty minimal red lands though.
Strand, Waste. So maybe we saw one Volk, I guess. Yeah. So maybe there's Volk for.
The Loam is a cool idea with the Shredder. That might make it good.
Well, Loam already is in four color. That's already a one or two. But yeah, I guess so.
We're getting rid of Loam lands.
That's a good draw. We need to cast the spell before they wasteland us. They just got back a wasteland.
Yes. Okay.
I'm honestly shocked they didn't just wasteland us there. But were they getting rid of a mom? Oh, they were getting rid of a mom. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. I guess they had to do that.
So we just do this.
Is there optimal way of triggers on this or not?
No. Really, the only trick with these guys is vialing in things with the Lieutenant's trigger on the stack. Mm-hmm. That's the trick. But everything else is not really a trick.
Just the 6/6. So if I attack all, they get
like a free kill.
You get 3 damage too. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. We're probably dying to escape Duro into Wasteland, but such is life.
It's possible, yeah. So what's going on here? Like we know they have the Wasteland and the Strand in hand still.
So, just thinking.
Well, if they don't Wasteland
this is like just banned with like 1 or 2 Fire Blasts. So.
It could be like ban. But like Bant doesn't always play the loam. It's more it's a 4-color mana base though. Bant will play basic lands, right? So this is 4-color.
I guess.
The distinguishing factors between 4-color and Bant are very small. Like they're just very small. They wasted us and played straight. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're dying here.
I think it's pretty over. We got waste locked.
Do we attack with the 6/6? No, they're just gonna cast a Uro again. Do you want to concede?
Yeah, I think we just conceded.
I see very little out of this game.
Yeah, we're fine. We're waste locked. They have an arrow.
Yeah, they have 2 arrows specifically. Like, not that that's that relevant. Okay. I don't hate more plows because of the shredder.
Yeah, I can see that.
And arrows, frankly, but like Tomic is slow. I don't really know. That's your choice.
No, Tomic. No, they do have low, and it's also.
Oh yeah, it stops loam, doesn't it?
And they have a kill. Yeah, they have loam and wasteland, so like it's not totally blank.
I kind of like all these cards. Is the weird part.
Yeah, I know. We don't have too many bad cards. Do you
ever just trim a champion or a lieutenant?
I don't trim clocks against control deck usually. I think maybe trim a Cathar. It's a little bit less reliable. It's good being uncounterable, but I think just having a little bit can be unreliable at times. Hey, that looks good enough for me.
No cavern, but keep probably lead bomb.
Maybe lead on champion.
You lead on champion for damage.
It's almost guaranteed that they have a 1, right? So
yeah.
Rather than remove the champion.
That's fair.
And if they don't remove the champion, then it's bigger.
Yeah.
Looting away lands from loam is kind of a cool idea.
You're right.
That's
good call. Ooh.
Kind of like Tomic here. They kind of want a loam next turn, probably. And then next turn we can. Yeah.
Do you fetch a
I kind of like. Well, we don't have to get. Well, I think the black source is probably more important than the Krakus, so I would just Krakus Tomic.
Yeah, they can't waste us if we have this though, but like I guess it could not resolve, or they could kill it and then waste land.
Tomic plus Krakus is sort of a nice combo because they could both protect each other. I think we Cathar here. We don't need to, but this is a pretty good target for it.
Yeah, seems fine.
And I think it's not like the most important creature we have, so we might as well. Yeah.
This is our first match still. Yeah.
Yes, this is our first match. And also this
so
leads in, and this leads in really nicely if they do Uro here for a Kudra exile.
That's a good point. Plow that. Okay, then cast the eye or something. Plow my other guy.
There's other things.
Ending. That's sad and trigger. Well, that's bad for us.
Yeah, that's not the best.
Pretty perfect for them. Start there. Had 3 removal spells.
That's how it goes sometimes. I think we just go
Kudra with protection or Kudra with Mom.
Well, do you want to put shields down to get a Mom out? That's the question. It might be. Yeah, I don't know.
Awkward. I kind of want to play Kudra with Karakas protection.
Yeah, fine. Do Karakas up, and then we can do Mom next turn.
Yeah, I don't really want to trigger that again if I can avoid it. But like, this all just feels awkward. It feels like we're behind and it's awkward. But
well, they did go removal.
Yeah, if they have Did we exile a land or a plow? They don't play. Do they play Snapcaster in this deck? Probably not with this. Snapcaster's good with this card too, but I don't know like if they're playing Snapcasters or what even. I don't even know what 4 color looks like these days. I'm gonna try to pull up a 4 color list for a sec. I really don't know a ton about 4 color control and Legacy. 4 color, where are you? Dropped in the meta again. 4 color. Okay, let's see. I can't really show on the screen. They don't really have. So they have no Snapcaster. Snap is not stock. It's not. It's not stock to play Snapcaster. So just take a land out then. Your voice is getting clogged up. Yeah. It's just pile. Yeah. Yeah, 4 color is just a pile of cards. I'd agree with that. Okay. This is probably fetch green. This is not fetch green. Well, I guess I could have factored in that factor, but didn't think about that factor, but sure. This is fine. We can Caracas this thing if we need to.
Right.
I did not think about the Sanctuary, but to be fair, like, they could have Sanctuaried the ending too. Like, if I took Plow, they could have Sanctuaried ending and just killed this anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We are in deep shit. They found a Loam too. Oh, that's such good value with Ledger to play like Loam, and I'm surprised they wouldn't play playing like Snap. They might be. The cards that are good with that card is EI, Loam, Snapcaster, Uro kind of thing. Uro works because of the discard effect. Oh jeez. Okay, well they have Plow as last card in hand. That's gonna be fun. We can exile a Loam though, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Do we hate casting 2 spells here? Get a lot of filtering, but they probably keep the Plow at the end of the day regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to cast the second spell or not?
I don't think it's worth it, especially with the card.
We play out the card though, right? The land.
Yeah,
My only reason I'm considering playing out this Mum is because they have 1 card in hand. They only get to like they probably just keep their Plow and discard 2 cards, but that does pump these guys, which is a concern. But at the same time, like, we don't hate pumping these guys because we can eventually kill them. I don't know if that's good though, but I don't hate getting 2 Mums down in the face of Plow because we're gonna probably Caracas this anyway, which means they have to target this. That's
sure. Yeah, no, we can certainly play a second Mom if you want.
That's just my argument there. Is they
And if they get any, sure,
probably
we
have
can do
to
it.
plow this Mum. Ooh, they're just gonna plow.
And once we have 2 Moms up, we can sort of ignore the blockers. And it's also if they loot anything.
They looted a Plow, which is really interesting to me. I wonder what the hell they kept then.
They probably have another Plow. I think we just take the Plow.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and playing at the land, you can, in case of some like, you can always. It doesn't come up very often, but you can use Kudro's kill a thing ability if you need to.
Yeah.
Without losing cards.
Yeah, so that goes with the Mum, which is what we suspected, which is why it's probably okay to have the second Mum in here in play here. You kill both my Mums? That's rather rude, opponent. They're gonna kill both my Mums.
Yeah, that's a lot of removal.
I still think we still played best into this though. But like, this is bad news for us. Like, very bad news. Attacked with that, so they're holding the block. That makes sense. I think we fetch. Just a thin.
Yeah. I think so.
So let's grab that. Okay, that's not the worst. We cast it, right? Nothing better to do.
Yeah, I get.
Excel Wasteland. No real attack here. I think we kind of have to cast everything we top deck because we don't want to cast 2 spells into these things anyway.
If they don't have their shields down, you can also start flickering your Kudrow to pump the lieutenant.
My friend just messaged me if I have a grief to borrow, and I assumed he meant online. I was like, oh, I could just rent him one, but then he's talking about it in paper, and I don't have a grief, so I'll have to find one for him. I'll ask the community if they have one. Everyone always, someone will have a grief because there's people who play or who own Reanimator who just don't play Reanimator, so they'll be able to lend it out. Ooh, we're drawing pretty hot off the top at least. Like live cards. The Kudrow's now big enough to attack through. Do you care what we exile? I think we just get lands. I think we get lands out of their deck. I don't think spells matter. They have all repeats of all of them. Oh wait, this isn't big enough yet. This doesn't grow. How does this thing grow? Oh, it has to play another lieutenant.
Yeah, it only draws.
Is there ever an argument to bounce? No, that seems silly as hell.
I think no. There's definitely an argument
to bounce
if
recast.
If you know that they don't have anything, because you really want to grow your champions as much as possible.
Yeah.
They have 1 card in hand, but you
now
they
might use it. Okay. So do we bounce EOT now?
Yeah, I think you bounce EOT. It does get awkward if you draw a creature. But
or that gets awkward too, but that's fine.
I think it's worth starting to flicker them to get, because you really want, it's much easier to grow your other guys.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well, now we can flicker Priestley because you don't care.
We can what?
We don't really care as much as about tapping out.
Yeah, we can flicker them, yeah. So just no attacks here.
Yeah. There's.
This feels like a bad position to be in.
Yeah, sometimes they have.
They took 1 extra card there. Yeah, they had a 3 removal start plus a sanctuary.
Yeah.
Able to do
the extra tough. Yeah, I don't know. The Legislature was annoying there, but I don't know if it's really any better than a Guadal or a Goyf or a.
Yeah, but again, I don't know what their lists are cutting for this because they don't play Quadal, Strix, or Goyf in these 4-color piles ever.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like not playing black and they're not playing ice. They're not playing lands, play ice fang.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure what they're cutting for this.
I think we bounce EOT.
EOT.
Well, they're gonna grow their guys again. Alternatively, we can sack the Kudrow in itself, Kudrow in the champion to kill the big one and start crashing.
It's not big enough, right? Power.
No. How many things is that?
It says 3 5.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I assumed
we want to bounce now.
Yeah, we want to bounce. I assumed they were gonna not discard land.
Yeah, they'll try to play a little bit faster because of clock reasons, but
yeah, streamer problems.
Streamer problems. They keep taking their lands out. I really don't think it matters what we take out at this point, but I don't really think, do we need a waste or not? These attacks are free to go through with both now, right? If they want to double block here, we take out 1. Is that fine, or do you not?
Yeah, I think it's okay to trade the champion for the smaller shredder. So yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it. And also, if they grow the bigger one somehow with like triple cantrip, then we can sack things.
I kind of want to waste that fetch right now, and I'm gonna do so.
Sure. Do it.
This feels bad. If they hit a spell, we're kind of boned here. We're very boned here. We're not actually very boned here. If they lose their board state too, then they have a... We get to bounce our Kudrow. Trigger. Yelled. Any order. Okay. I mean, it feels losing. Oh, they have Uro in the yard too.
Yeah, they lose it in their own.
I guess we could beat that still, technically. We could still probably beat it. I'm gonna play this out for a minute or two longer. We're not just dead though because we have Krakus and Kudrow, but like a little awkward.
And they also got rid of their only 2 of their 4 actual clocks.
Yeah, it's true. It's Krakus now. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Let's do that. I don't have any more things. I just have to play a little faster now because clock could be a thing, but I also think we're pretty close to dead here, so it's probably not going to matter.
Yeah, I'm just game 3.
The good news is they only have 2 green sources in play, so they can't yet Uro and escape same turn. Can, however, do that. Prismatic ending, great. It's fine. We have a second one. Ooh, I can take you off green sources. Nice.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We cast it, right?
Yeah, we want to get rid of the green source in case of that. Just hold up Krakus. Probably they play Uro.
This feels pretty losing, but like...
Yeah, they're drawing millions of cards, but maybe we can do the DNT thing of run them out of actual cards.
It's unlikely because of our board state versus their board state that we run them out of good cards.
Well, not good cards, but things that actually win the game.
Yeah, I get that, but there's shredders in their deck now, so I don't know.
True. They're on the bottom.
Go die. Uro, go die. So do we bounce this EOT or not? Probably not. I don't think we do.
I think we get him for 3. Oh, that's another option.
At them, right? We don't care about the Narset.
Yeah. We can also just play the Cathar out for no value.
I think we're supposed to play out the card.
Yeah.
Cathar. I think it's unfortunate, but I don't really want to just lose to bouncing this and getting countered.
Yeah, and also inherently, shredders only work if they turn it to daytime. So if they play a shredder to grow it, we can just not do anything, and then we'll exile it.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they could just whiff on a bunch of library draws. It's entirely possible. Okay.
Yeah, so we just do nothing on our turn, and then we should be good.
Okay. Okay.
So
Are we bouncing Kudrow, or is that not relevant?
With 2 arrows in the yard, I think we don't, because we want it to be nighttime.
Sure. So just do nothing, and then...
I think we have 2 3/3s. We can attack with both, and if they try and do anything tricky, well...
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
I'm pretty sure we don't attack the Narset. I don't think this list would play Days of Doing.
Unlikely. And if they do, I'm going to let them win to that. That's fine.
There. Got 3 damage. Now we just want it to be nighttime.
And who has to cast 2 spells? Anyone?
So nighttime is whoever's turn it is. cast 2 spells.
Okay.
But they don't have a ton of instant speed plays. Whereas the Shredders, if either person plays 2 spells.
Should I have been casting this plow in their upkeep or not? Or maybe not, because actually this encourages them to cast 2 spells, so maybe they'll be kind to cast 2 spells and then we can flip this thing.
I think we just save the swords for blowouts mostly.
They're gonna flip this thing now, and then what? How does this work? It flips back
it'll exile 1 on our upkeep.
Oh, on our upkeep.
Well, it will flip in the untap step, and then the trigger will go on stack.
Sure.
Keep it like stop. So they're gonna prismatic ending here. They take 3.
It's kind of gross.
So if they have the 9th removal spell, then there's only so much.
We now do plow, right?
Yeah. Plow now.
I guess I could have done it. Plow combat. They're gonna attack, right? I don't think I need a bounce. They have 2 arrows. Arrow. Yikes, we're not beating that. Can I concede now?
Yeah, we can see now.
Sweet. Library's a good card. Library's a good card.
Yeah, that's they had played library at 18 life after playing 4 removal spells.
Yeah, they had a really heavy removal spell draw in the opener there. It was 3. It was at least 3 in the opener.
Yeah.
Which is a very good start for control to have. Along with us having a bit of a slower hand. Keep that. Lead. Keep that.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
Do you lead Mum or Sentinel here on the blind?
I lead Sentinel at blind.
They mill the 6.
My general order is Champion, Sentinel, Mom. Well, Vile, Champion, Sentinel, Mom.
It's very counterintuitive to me to like never lead on Mom. Do you lead on Scrub then?
I think we lead on Scrubland, yeah. Because Nightclubber, you can always blitz if you only have 1 black source.
This player has a few results ever.
Well, the idea is that Mom is the best later in the game.
Force Pitch Ponder, that seems like a good trade-off for us. This player's results are last 2 years ago on Delver, but like 2 years ago. That's a weird start, but sure. Kind of just want a Mom.
I think I want a Freebooter and then Freebooter Mom.
Oh, sure.
Since that worked out well.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You don't get to draw cards. So this is also 4-color.
With miracles in the main deck.
This is 4-color. This might be Bant with Bant Red.
Yeah, it seems pretty similar to the match we just played.
Ooh.
That way, so it's pretty hot.
Me like that. I think we Mum now.
Yeah, I think we don't really care about that entry.
That was a nice wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is Bant with red. Ooh, hello. Just Kitesail now.
Yeah, I think so.
Blue Human.
This is the most aggressive draw, but they're not really doing anything.
Oopsies, do not concede. I wanted to undo.
You're using caverns.
Yeah, I just wanted my blue human to scare them. It's fine. Okay, their hand still does nothing. Playing Entreat the Angels in either Bant or 4-color is kind of interesting.
I think it's just the generic something that doesn't lose to Pyroblast.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
I thought they were doing Wanderer now instead. Use that as the generic white win con.
Not in. I don't think so in Bant or Four Color. That's usually in Jeskai. They'll play that sometimes. Is it one of Bant? You can just play Endurances.
Yeah.
This does
So
look like
they
Bant to me, not Four Color, but I could be wrong.
so it seems to me that they're not really playing for a Quaddle. So we might just want
No,
to say
I do think this is a 3 or 4 Koala list because it's the Smoke Forest. So like I think this is Bant Red, not Four
yeah,
Color.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So
Deal.
then in that case we want to save our Nightclubber.
Yeah,
If the if we didn't think there was Quaddle, there's an argument to just use it as a cycling damage
that's
because
fair.
we really want a Lord.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe I should have done that. But I think with this
No,
Correctestalia thing, it's fine.
yeah,
At least for a turn.
Krakastali is fine, and they might they play another basic here. You could maybe smell out.
Like I think the Snow Forest basically means that they are on Quaddle and are on Band Control, not on Four Color, and that they're like their Volk is probably for 3 or 4 Power Blast in the sideboard
True.
rather than EIs or other stuff in the main.
Yeah. We really want to try and find a Lord soon.
I think
I
we
think
do
with
dash one of them now.
Yeah, we dash one of them.
You can blitz it with this cavern, right?
Yes, you can.
It's nice. Oh, and it doesn't pre-combat, so does it last till the end of... Does the creatures entering lose -1 or not? Not really, right?
No, it's an ETB, so they can play a Quaddle now, but it won't
Come
have
back.
Death Touch. But it won't have Death Touch. So
Yeah, yeah. They could play 2 Koalas and make a Death Touch, but that would be bad for us. But they didn't have that, so we draw now. Okay, another dead card. I think I'd rather face Four Color than Bant on this deck because Bant can play will play 4 Endurance post board. Jeez, is it actually Four Color? It could just be Bant with Loam.
yeah.
The Forest is super weird to play in Four Color though. Like you would play Island if anything, I think on Four Color. That stops the thing.
Yeah, I think you just crash and then play Tomic. Right?
Yeah, sure.
And then next turn, we might just play the Nightclubber for damage if we don't see anything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because
Weird to run into so much control in a league. It's like quite an uncommon league deck. I find at least. Deck. I'll put the.
Are they gonna?
I'll put the bot up 1 sec. They just conceded.
We got it.
Did nothing and conceded. Cool. Okay, you think about sideboarding. I'm gonna put the deck bot up thing. My bot's even off. Period. But
I don't know. It seems pretty much the same deck as last time, so I think we just do the same thing.
are you worried? Like they're not playing Shredder on this. I guess, but they are probably playing Endurance and maybe Ice Fangs, so that's fine.
Yeah, it seems the same thing except they're playing Ice Fangs and Shredder.
I don't think this card's even that good against Ice Fang. Because you're gonna pre-combat it, right?
Yeah, but it's with 4 colors. It's likely they're not going to go basic, basic, basic. So it's possible they'll play it out early and then wait for Death Touch.
Yeah, but that's the part where I slightly disagree. I think this is Bant Control, not 4 color. I think that basic means they can go basic, 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 like be able to fetch around Wastelands quite easily.
Sure, we can play. Sure, I'm fine with that then.
And
Yeah.
I think this is just a weird, like a Bant Red build with a 1 Loam and maybe a Wasteland or 2.
I think it's reasonable to go like this.
We
And then also,
Cathar. I don't want to cat Cathar.
Yeah, that's
Do
what-
you want to cut Cathar?
well, the argument, I think, if you don't want to cut Cathar, I would just only bring in 2 plows. We did see it in treats. They probably have a terminus again, so we might just want more gas.
My concern is endurance more than anything, but I think the plow is better against endurance than Cathar is, so I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
The deck bot thing should work now. Sorry about that earlier. There we go. Should be there. Maul. Keep reluctantly. Do you maul this to 5?
I think we reluctantly keep this one.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. I'm between bottom wasteland and bottom one of these 3 drops.
I think we bottom the Kudro.
Yeah.
And try and cheese them with wastelands.
Yeah.
Or if we were fully on the wasteland plan, maybe it makes sense to keep the graveyard pate and to bottom Cathar instead.
Interesting.
Sure.
Draw. What are we doing? Mum or Sentinel?
I do mom last generally because she's more useful later in the game once all the initial removal's gone, and of course then the champion
They
very
have
early.
straight basics. This is probably a fetching a basic, but maybe not. Maybe they don't fetch basic once they have the second non-basic out, but I still think I would have fetched basic their opponent. Clearly playing basics. I think just mom and waste, yeah.
Yeah, I think green or white.
White.
Sure.
Could have done this post combat, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. They're probably, if they were gonna force it one way, they're probably gonna force it the other way. I don't really think it matters. They would draw either way. I wonder if they keep fetching non-basics because they're like, oh, well, once I have one, I might as well, because they have that. That's why they're fetching non-basics. Oh, it's annoying.
We drew 2 cards. That's fine. I think we just go Caracas Thalia as Luda. If they're gonna keep loaming, I'm fine if they give us a card every turn.
Yeah, sure. Should I pay attention to what they have in hand? I can go right down now. It was Tarn Tundra Strand. I hate how Loam doesn't put it in the revealed zone. I kind of feel like it should. I know they're not really revealing cards, but they're like getting back cards that's no information. It's kind of like revealing cards. Not loaming anymore. Play another one. Just play another one, Reap. You there?
Yeah, sorry, I was just talking.
No problem.
I think, yeah, just leave up Caracas and then plow.
Play the wasteland.
You want to save? Yeah, sure. Play the wasteland, but tap it to cast Thalia's Lieutenant.
Yeah.
They're gonna play an endurance. You plow it. If they farce it, then I guess you're kind of priced at using your mom.
Did I do this wrong? Does it matter how I stack those abilities?
No, it doesn't matter.
Fishing. Oh, is this static caster? Ooh. That's rough. We can't even protect off of that thing, huh?
No, that's the point. Yeah, they're cheaper.
Guide board state. So this is 4-color then, probably. Interesting. I've not can't say I've seen 4-color play forest before. I thought the whole thing was don't play basics.
Yeah.
But they're definitely playing like 4-color, so that's not a card you would probably consider bad red. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable to not play around it there. but sometimes you just lose to a random thing. I think cycling that is better than doing the car for 0 value.
Waste or
Uh,
I don't really think we're wasting with in front of the loam right now, and they already have.
well, that's nice.
That's good. Yeah, if we can get the loam off and then start waste.
Mm-hmm.
Not entirely sure we're supposed to. I think we're supposed to cast Kudro off of the wasteland and hold up the Caracas, and then waste the following turn. Because I think they have plenty of lands, like abundance of lands here. I haven't lost track of this. Assume they're all gone though. It doesn't change anything, does it? We just have to slam this thing.
No. Yeah, we just keep playing.
This is about to be a really sad hard cast for us. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the deck definitely assumes people aren't playing a ton of sweepers, and if they always have the engine into sweepers, you're gonna lose. But that's how it goes sometimes.
To be fair, I'm not sure a good D&T start beats that Kozilek's return either. Like
yeah,
except like the only way I think either decks are beating that start is out with Aether Vial. Like
well, yeah, and also if it's sequenced slightly differently, if it's not exactly that turn, we had a bunch of stuff that was 3 power, 3 toughness.
It probably does. I mean, like yeah, maybe our 3-drop isn't this and Skyclave to kill that, but like I don't know.
No, but like that was in response to making the whole team 3 power. So
yeah, no, I'm aware. It's just like it was more Jig saying he thinks that D&T would have beat that start, which I'm not entirely sure it would. Maybe if this was a Skyclave and I was going after that earlier than playing out my stupid two drops that are like 1/1s, but that's about the exception. Because or had a 2-drop that was a Spirit Labyrinth. Maybe you're buying time that way, but like I just don't think D&T beats that start most of the time either.
I think we should play Valia. It's like moderately annoying for them.
Very, very minorly annoying at this point with their mana.
True.
I think this game's basically over, but they might even hardcast Force on this one, or they're just gonna the Mystic Sanctuary Kozilek's return. No, not Mystic Sanctuary and Kozilek's return.
Yeah, I think neither what their list was, we could probably have wasted them off red, but that's...
Well, there was never really a chance to waste off red unless they, I guess, hadn't dredged loam. They had loam the whole time, like... There never really was a good opportunity for that. I'm really tired. At what point do they dredge loam again? Probably not ever. Anytime soon. Play another Volk. 4-color with 1 basic forest is real interesting. Because like that's definitely 4-color now that you see 2 Volks, like that mana base. I assume Bant Red would only run one of these and run a lot more basics than be fetching the basics earlier. That's a card. Can't really top deck us, so I guess they're just brainstorming. Yeah. Let me know when you're ready to concede.
Yeah, you can see here why plows are dangerous sometimes because of
I get that. What do we sign out for them? Like Clubber and stuff?
Yeah, well, Clubber would
have attacked for a couple of damage and draw a card. Yeah, I guess.
That's fine.
You want to scoop?
Yeah, we'll concede. Yeah, we'll scoop.
We have a game 3, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, so do we
Oh yeah,
want
they
to
did
win
like.
Clubbers back now?
Yeah, I think we're
Because of
not.
that
We're
board
not.
wipe
I don't know. We didn't
situation?
really see too many endurances, and we saw lots of sweepers and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, four color doesn't
let's.
always run all the endurances. They're like usually one endurance. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I just thought it was
Alternatively,
banned.
we could run a Cathar commanders.
Yeah. Could do this. We just board back into the main.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Especially on the play, when you don't have to respect endurance as much.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Okay, just came here to make Sentinel a 2/2, and following that up with Pain.
Yeah, this sounds pretty
Yeah.
decent.
Yeah. It's basically guaranteed.
This is a must draw, right? Is it draw a card? You think?
Yes.
It's not optional for me.
Yes.
That's a good draw. I feel like I'm supposed to champion and waste now.
Yeah, I think so. If they shuffled, that means they probably don't
Like,
have.
who they did.
Oh yeah, you gotta waste them here.
This is dirty.
Yeah.
The cheating game 3.
I thought Days was broken, so I instead of playing blue, I got the Days creature.
You have respect for Days. Not a lot of people respect Days.
Well, I think Days is broken because you can't respect it anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I agree.
We play Lieutenant,
Off
and
of Krakus.
Yeah, I think of practice.
Pumpy, pumpy, pump. Is there any stacking of triggers here or not?
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the only triggers to matter are
Vile
putting in
ones.
things. Yeah, wow, you can do some tricks where both the Lieutenant and the Thing Vile didn't see each other. But it doesn't really matter which order you publish stuff. Okay. So currently Sentinel is 5 damage, draw a card, so seems pretty good.
Ooh, you have to pay for 2 for that opponent, not 1. They're just not going to pay any.
5 damage, draw 2 cards. I like it.
They fetch, they don't have Terminus on top of their deck. That's the only good news so far. We can whack them off white here, and then just play Thalia.
We definitely want to play Thalia. The only question is Champion or Wasteland.
I think it's Wasteland. I think I'm
I can see that.
I think I'm way too scared of some random top deck Terminus or something to kill us here.
Yeah.
I think I just
we play Thalia anyways for
Thalia
the pump.
anyway, yeah. And like even if they cast a spell,
we draw a card.
Yeah, we still draw. You can't pay 2 opponent. Cavern.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So yeah, Sentinel as a 2/2 is just basically impossible for them to ignore.
Well, they can't Terminus now. Maybe that's what they were trying to do, is they had the second brainstorm, so they were gonna Terminus, but they don't have the white source now, so they just can't.
Yeah, that was a heads up play then. Nice.
They what? Did they have the Terminus, or they just wanted to show me their bad hand? Why did you keep that hand? Why did you keep that hand? That hand did nothing, opponent. I guess it had catch-ups,
I think it was,
but like it's.
It would have been fine if they didn't use their fetches to get basics.
They pitched negation. Jig just said, "Look at their exile." They pitched force of negation on the force of will.
Oof.
Does that mean they had not enough blue pitches to like take out Fawn?
Yeah, that's sort of a weird board. I like the sand. Has 1-drops, has lands.
Opponent's also 1/1.
And that game 2 against Control was so devastating. I thought that was so excruciating that I thought we'd actually lost the match.
Yeah. Reanimator. Player has a past of 8 cast Reanimator and, well, it's Reanimator. Well, and burn. It's Reanimator. Do you concede? Chances our hand does nothing and we somehow pull out of this?
Yeah, I think we concede since you don't normally play this deck. And, like, if we had a crack outside, we would consider keeping. But this hand...
No main deck plow either, so, like, yeah.
No. I don't think we're beating that hand.
Definitely not with those draws.
Maybe he thinks for, like, oops or something.
Yeah.
My rate track is not amazing, but it's not horrible.
It's fine. Do you bring in plows? Like, this card's useless.
I think if you cut after you cut that, you cut the Tonics. Do you have more cuts?
Yes. Any combination Mother Runes is pretty foul versus Reanimator.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, I would bring in plow.
I actually don't know if I want all the plows.
Yeah.
This card's not horrendous either, but it's probably fine. I could actually see bringing in this card over plow, in case they bring in Serenity or some weird shit.
Yeah, it does tag.
Plow to me seems really medium versus them when we're gonna be playing Cathar as we're trying to leyline them. Like,
yeah, okay, we can get rid of plow. We probably
the alternate is cut more creatures that do nothing, but like,
yeah.
I think these cards are fine. It like hits their Animate Dead, it hits their Serenity if they're on that. It's like not the worst. It's also a 3/1 body, which is kind of what I want to be doing against them. Oh, did I submit a 61? Oopsies. Anyway, I submitted a 61, drew the ley line and the mind break.
Yeah, we have 2 pieces of hate. We'll draw land eventually.
We will draw land eventually. Where do you go? Chancellor? That's fine. Would you like to concede the game opponent? Okay. One spell.
Yep, some sort of out.
Maybe they find show and tell.
If we draw a non-cavern land, are we throwing something into the Chancellor trigger? And if so, what?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't thought about that. I doubt it, but we'll see. Can you cast opponent cast Petal first? Damn it! I want to be able to kill that.
They might end up taking it.
I think they're supposed to take 1 or 2 drops.
Probably.
Probably the Kite Sail, but they're probably just supposed to take Kite Sail here, not the Mind Break. Kite Sail or Kudrow. There's actually reason to take any of these cards, like these 3. I could see. I think they can play around this Mind Break quite easily once they know about it. So I think it's kind of becomes removal, like exile graveyard card after they kill Leyline, removal spell or a hand attack. I think you're supposed to take Kite Sail, but like it could depend on their hand.
They could get into some weird situations if they take Cathar and like top deck Exhume. Yeah, I think none of our cards are amazing, but all of them are like slightly relevant.
They took the 3 drop. Okay, that's fine. Guess we can close that. Okay, we didn't draw the land. I would have really loved if they had cast Petal into Grief, because I would have mind break the Grief not only to just like to get rid of it, but get rid of the trigger. I just wanted the trigger off so badly.
If you're not against Storm, my big trap is just to throw out the first thing you can.
Yeah, literally. Okay.
Hey, basically every turn we're casting at him, right?
Yeah, seems that way. They're hemming themselves every turn.
Yeah.
Took the neutral. Really interesting to take the 3 drops. I guess, yeah.
Sure.
Guess that's our game plan. I couldn't mind break that, right?
That was no, that was the second spell. You don't have black.
You don't have black. That's awkward.
I think you just, do you want to stop night?
Cast no spells. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to cast it into that. Stop
Okay.
them getting a 3-3
We
with
need
first
to.
strike. Like, we need to kill that trigger at some point.
Yeah. Okay. We can
Awkward.
deal with the 3/3 first strike.
Awkward. If we lose this game. Oh shit, Jig's got a point. We just gave them out to Leyline by putting that Cathar in there.
Oh.
But like they're out of cards first of all, but second of all, I don't think it's the best. Like they would have taken it earlier if wait, why didn't they just take it earlier? Actually, like what the fuck, why did they not take that and see that line? Jig, they didn't see the line first because they could have taken it earlier.
We I knew you were going to say that because they're obviously not thinking about that.
That's a good draw. That
Yeah,
blocks.
that is a good point. I did not consider that.
Yeah, they could have actually done that earlier, Jig. They had the line earlier. They took 2 other cards out of. They took this and this instead of taking that, reanimating and blowing. Just cast Vial. You can't.
Or do we wasteland them?
No, because Thalia's on already. I don't really think they're casting spells regardless.
Okay.
Sure.
It also has first strike, so
yeah.
Then we waste them, and we'll eventually find an answer.
Yeah. Now we're winning this game. I think we just.
I think waste. Yeah, waste.
That flips back or not?
It only flips back if people cast 2 spells.
So it's never flipping back. That's cool.
Yes.
Quite literally never flipping back. That's wonderful.
So yeah, it's basically
I have a feeling, frankly, very few. They're probably never casting a spell again. We might be casting one more spell if we draw lands eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check this up.
Yeah.
Hello.
Guess that one.
Draw step this kite sail.
Yeah, I think so. Unless they're at 7.
Let's set both the stops in case I fuck it up. Oopsies. Fuck. Okay, well I upkeeped it.
That's fine. It's not.
Tendencies probably shouldn't be a big deal, but
Since
I didn't see to do it anyway. Fair enough. I wanted to take that.
we got there.
Do we want plows then?
I think there's an argument on the draw. If they, in case they like do like a quick chancellor.
Yeah. I really don't love my rake versus reanimator, but it could be fine to just like we need it anyway.
It's not great, but it is a card that costs 0 mana.
So do we start cutting lieutenants then, or champions?
I think we cut Cathar.
This card?
Well, how often are we getting to 3 mana on the draw and the game's not already over?
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. That's true, that's a good point.
I even like my big trap versus, this is maybe more controversial, but I like my big trap versus elves just because.
Oh, I like it versus elves a lot more than I like it versus
0 mana for Demon's Crime.
I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this.
Yeah, I guess we keep it.
I'm keeping this. They have to have Serenity, and the Caracas and Wasteland are pretty good.
Yeah.
Fetch. Fetch a non-basic opponent. Do it. Yeah, that's fine. Fetch a non-basic now. Cast your Faithless.
Yeah, this should be good. And with Krakus,
Fetch
like,
non-basic,
we
non-basic,
can show.
non-basic, non-basic. Oh, damn it. But that means they're also not killing this on this turn. I guess they could if they just play a white land next turn, but like.
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing about the stand is it's pretty discard proof. They have more discard.
Very yes.
We can always clear later.
I don't
think you're
steps on.
somewhat priced into playing Caracas.
Yeah.
I would play.
I had yielded through first main phase, but it's okay. I have lots of stops. They have nothing. That's good for us, I guess. So their hand was probably hoping we just didn't maul the ley line. I think we just play out the lieutenant.
Yeah, I think we can probably tap out one turn. Like they might have have a pedal and then waiting for one more mana source, but for like a show and tell or something.
I guess show and tell, yeah.
But even some show and tells aren't too bad for us right now. Oh, here it comes. Oh,
not yet.
Not yet. I think we just play a Plains or a Wasteland. Do you think they play Massacre?
I think it's possible. Okay, let's play Clearing and just sack it to draw.
No, don't sack it yet.
No, don't sack it yet. Okay, just sack.
Just sack it on there instead, just to play around, discard.
Sure.
If we had creatures in our hand.
I think they could have Massacre, but I don't know if they'd bring it in versus us. Like, it could be fine against us. That's fine.
Yes.
Successfully played around, discard. So their hand just does nothing so far. Maybe they have the show and tell and no creature or something.
Yeah. There.
Ha.
Perfect.
Ooh.
I still think we avoid
Massacre.
Playing into Massacre if we can.
Oopsies, I did that in the wrong order. Shit, sorry.
Yeah.
It's fine. We lose our damage.
We lose one damage, it's okay.
Really doubt
Lethalia
that. Helps. But, like,
Lethalia definitely locks up the game, I think. They can't go too crazy. They're just looking at. Woo.
Alright, we won the deck that can't beat Leyline.
Yeah. That was a good line jig that I hadn't considered. Obviously, they didn't either.
The what? The take a Cathar and reanimate it?
Yeah, take the Cathar and then...
They clearly did not consider that line. They considered reanimating our creature, but didn't realize they could reanimate when they killed the ley line. Like, they took the 2-3... They actually took... Like, I don't think taking the 3 drops was correct. I think you start taking the 2 drops, especially 2 discard spells. And the meta... I don't know this player. I don't really know any of these players we really faced. That's aggressive. Keep. And...
Yeah, I like Santa.
Which one do you lead on between these two?
I usually, if I have Cavern, I usually lead on Sentinel.
That makes sense.
Just because it's... but otherwise, I would lead on Champion. Like it, yeah, especially in the black. If you know they're not playing a blue deck, then I would.
They've yelled it. Is it Reanimator again? Every time I enter a league match, I'm like, is it Delver or is it Reanimator? It's just my league expectancy. I don't know how to say words. Like, we keep data on this stuff for the Oops Discord. We face Delver like double the amount of any other deck in leagues, but like Reanimator's I think Reanimator's second most played in leagues.
I see a blue source. I think we play. I would play Champion here normally. That's be my instinct.
I gotta post.
And I guess Krakus just in case it's show and tell.
I think it could be sneak. This is weird for Delver to not do anything on turn 1, even with this in play.
Yeah, it could be control that just doesn't want to give us a card. Oh, yeah, there it is. Here it goes.
Oh, it's 8 cast. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, quite glad I played this out too. That's really convenient. That's
That
way
is
more
convenient.
convenient than being a show and tell.
Yes.
Because they can only cast one spell now. I draw a card and then they lose their guy. Actually,
Yeah.
specifically,
Yeah. We
let's do it
definitely
now.
put it back here. Draw a card. Thank you very much. And then I think we just wasteland them and play a lieutenant, or maybe a freebooter.
Yeah, I think it's wasteland for sure, but I don't know.
Lieutenant, maybe just so we can attack with the sentinel.
Dad's calling. I'll take that later.
Generally, I don't find freebooters very good against 8 cast.
That's fair.
But
I think it's.
they
I
only
think it's.
have.
Whoopsies. I think it's lieutenant as well.
Yeah, we just want to get at big creatures as fast as possible.
So it grows sentinel, which is kind of nice. Oh, they just
Yeah.
seeded that early.
Ooh,
That early.
was definitely.
I guess they didn't have another land drop.
This is the matchup we have Kataki for. It's usually a little bit harder than it was
Do you
that
bring
game.
Mindbreak versus this deck and Clubbers?
Yeah, it's a mental.
Plow.
Oh yeah, every time.
You don't bring in
Plow.
Leyline, but you bring it. You bring in Mindbreak.
No, bringing Mindbreak for sure. It's basically a mental misstep.
How are these?
Zero
cards?
batter, catch something. So Tomic's bad.
Kitesail's medium at best.
I'm not a huge fan of Kitesail, since really the only thing they have is probably counter spells that would care.
How good's Mum? Probably not.
And Mom is also pretty bad. I would like Trim too, I think.
Do you want it? Do we want any of the Clubbers / Plows or not?
No, I think the big problem is more I think I would take monster freebooters, and if you still want a few more cards, I'd bring in some Clubbers just because side tokens are annoying.
Try that.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
Yeah, I think winning games 1's good for us. Ooh, we have a very good hand, I think.
We have uncounterable Kataki on turn 3. That's what we came here for. Obviously, you only need one Kataki because you draw it in your 7 every time.
Yeah, are we even supposed to cast out Vial? Yeah, we do.
The question.
I think we do cast Vial still.
Yeah, we cast Vial in
That's
case
so
we don't
awkward with
land.
both Esper Sentinel and Vial.
Well, you can always Vial and Sentinel, but yeah, that's the problem with having 12 very good 1-drops on turn 1. Sometimes you have more than one.
No, I'm just saying about Kataki, like, these things both
yeah.
stack for 1.
And Vial, but
okay, withdrawing the land, I think we're supposed to just Marsh Flats Esper Sentinel. Is that crazy?
Sure. I would do Scrub because if you're doing that line, you're sort of priced into.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get Scrub regardless.
Yeah, so we can just ignore
Always
the
Vial.
Vials.
Okay, here, listen about the Vial argument. If we cast Vial, we're casting.
So if we put Vial, then
Chat's mad that we're not thinking about casting Vial.
Yeah, I think we do Vial.
Because we can pay for the Vial on the Kataki, I guess.
When the Kataki trigger happens, we can pay. We'll have 2 triggers, one for Vial and one for Sentinel, and we pay for both.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'm convinced. You can pay for Vial. Yeah, I was worried that we weren't going to be able to pay for Vial for whatever reason, but we can pay for Vial, it's fine. What are you? Okay.
Sure, whatever. Cavern is naming Spirit. We don't have any.
Yeah, Big Monkey. Okay, I'm gonna ignore this player. I do realize that. I just was confused for a second, so you don't need to act like I'm an idiot, please. Thanks.
No. The thing is, we kind of want to play Sentinel this turn.
Yeah, well, we'll play on their turn.
Well, after this, it's fine. We play everything. And we just keep paying, and we're only casting things off Vial for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really matter since they won't be able to beat a Kataki usually.
Probably not.
Their main plan is to force the Kataki, and we have Cavern for that.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, they're pretty locked somewhat. There's like their removals, did they play Dismember? They could technically have Dismember. If
Yeah, they could have a Dismember,
they
but
do
usually
play
they have like
Dismember, but it's like pretty locking here. They have to tap this to keep that. They'd have to have a Dismember probably this turn.
You can lose if you top deck Jackie very late.
Necessarily draw if they cast Dismember, because they can just they can pay for the Dismember. If they just pay off the tomb, it's gonna cost them 6 life, but like.
Yeah.
So do you pay for that, or do we draw here?
Yes.
Like, this feels winning regardless, but like.
Yeah.
We also get to whack off the
Jackie only doesn't win if they immediately have the Dismember or they already have like a turtle out.
This turtle? No. They look pretty dead if they didn't have the Dismember this turn. I think they had to have it like right off Ancient Tomb there.
No, they can still have it now, and it's kind of scary.
They did bring in Dismember. That's good to know about. They have the Dismember. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, at least we don't pay for these things anymore.
Yeah, I think we are sort of forced into
take up file.
Unless we draw two. If we draw a 2-drop burn, we can't play the Kudrow. Oops.
Shit.
You're kind of priced into playing the Cathar.
Yeah, I think so too.
But
did we even draw a card off Sentinel yet or not?
I don't remember. I thought we did on turn 1.
Maybe on turn 1, but did we draw off of the... We didn't draw it the second time, they just paid the second time, right? And then they didn't need to do Dismember. I think they paid.
So. Can't remember.
I can't remember either. Yeah, we're up a game. We somehow won game 1, like, really fast. Their hand was really weak game 1. We had Caracas for their thing and Wasteland for their tomb. You feel like we're losing? I also feel like we're probably losing, yeah.
The dude. Well, yeah, they did have their, like, 2-outer to our sideboard card.
I think it's a 3 of in the sideboard, by the way. Dismember usually.
Sure.
There's a 2 to 3 of.
True. Yep, that. Ooh,
that would have been nice way earlier when we could have got the Dismember.
Or last turn.
Yeah.
Or even, like, turn before hitting the Kappa.
Yeah.
So they are pretty low on life.
How do we flip this thing again? We cast no spells?
We cast no spells, and they'll probably flip it on their turn.
Okay, I think that's correct to do then.
It's still gonna... We can't get the Kappa with that, though. We only have 3 lands, not 4.
Well, we can when we draw a 4th land.
Yeah, but it's still they're gonna flip it back on their turn.
Sure.
I think we just play
Asper Sentinel pass or Kudrow pass.
I think we play Kudrow.
We can't play Kudrow. We can play we can vial it, but we can't play it off. We could cast.
Okay, I think we play Cathar, exile one of their dudes, and then hope that we can kill them on the crackback if they don't expect things.
Yeah, sure, that's reasonable.
If they don't expect Kudrow, because here we're only presenting 5, but with Kudrow they're dead.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't draw end of turn, is kind of interesting. They have a lot of artifacts to not be drawing 2 end of turn. Okay. It's not ideal for us, but
I think we might trap literally anything.
Chi-Chi, we die? Probably. Yeah, we mind break trap whatever the hell they cast next here. Yeah, that's getting mind break.
Well, definitely that.
So they're gonna pay their one.
First see if they pay.
Yeah. They're gonna pay their one, right? You pay your one. Wow, they might not be paying it because then they can't bounce.
Okay, great. Okay, that's.
Okay, go away.
We get our mental misstep value.
So who said we were locked up to win this game? Big Monkey?
Well, they drew up. We did all do the caveat that they don't have the thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I didn't think this game was as locked up as you guys thought it was. Just because they do playouts.
Well, yeah, if they didn't have the dismember that turn. We just take it. You put a Kudro EOT.
You thought we were 50-50 at best? Yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling. Like, I thought we were still losing that game. It was just really awkward hand.
If we draw a clubber, they're dead. But
that is true. We have 3 in the deck, right?
Yeah.
XL,
Random
Bobble. Well, they have Emery, but yeah. No on Vial. Oopsies. No yield. Not quite. Not quite. We're just very dead now, right?
Well, you can force a lot of chumps.
7, 8. No, we're actually dead, I think. We have no flyers.
You attack with all to force the chumps.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Attack all. Yeah, okay, fine. That feels even more.
And if we survive, you cannot use your wastelands and then use that to pay the 4 on the ward.
Sure, if we don't die.
When they
I'm
flip
assuming
it back.
we die here. Why would you block with Emery? Don't block with Emery, opponent. That's a bad block. Opponent.
I don't know, maybe they're expecting
Why would you make that block? I guess they
another
died
lord
on
needs
some
to
sort of lord, but like what lord are we playing on 3 mana? I don't know.
Yeah, but they don't really know our list. It's fine.
That seems like the worst of their blocks, but okay.
Okay, so Wasteland, and then we hope they get 2 spells, and we might be able to kill their Kappa.
Yeah.
But it is pretty likely they just play enough artifacts.
Oh yeah, it's likely that we're just dead here. That's already 2. That's lethal. They only needed 1 spell, right? Because there's 2 triggers here.
Yeah. That happens. That's if you're expecting a lot of this deck. That's why I played sometimes 2 or 3 Katakis. But I was seeing a lot more stuff like 8 Mulch and Deep Death Texas, where you can't possibly more generic.
I kind of like the 4th clubber, honestly.
Sure. Yeah, no, we would have won in that case.
I don't really want the mums.
Yeah, mums. Yeah, I like that.
Why not Serenity? I don't know. I would like Serenity more than the thing too, but I guess it's uncounterable. Kentucky with Cavern. Yeah, I guess
Mostly because of Cavern.
We keep this, right? As mind breaking Kentucky.
Yeah, we definitely keep it.
They're probably not going to play into it, the mind break, now that they know about it, but like they might have to anyway.
They might be better at not exposing Kappa to it, but it's basically impossible.
Kappa doesn't. Do you think Kentucky doesn't do enough? Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Jesus, that's a really good start.
It definitely won that game if they didn't have the dismember right there.
Yeah, but you could say the same about like if you resolve the Serenity, right?
No, the Serenity would have only killed that one land. Serenity would have been a single on that situation.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have played it that turn.
Yeah, but then it get forced or something.
Maybe. Well, Kentucky looks pretty decent here, right?
Yeah, I think we play Kentucky here.
Probably stops them from, they either save that thing or don't save it. That they're out is like I assume their hand is Ancient Tomb right now, which means that Sagat's pretty useless here.
And like we saw last time,
Jig's arguing that Kentucky's bad versus the only good thing in the problem, which is the Kappa, which I agree. I guess.
Well, like, it's hard.
It's hard to time a Serenity on that too. I guess is the other argument.
Well, they're also bringing in usually have 8 forces, so it to resolve.
Just play out our shit.
Yeah, I think you just
Can't
go.
can't hold up mind break if we do this, but like
I think that's fine. The
no shot they bring in Fawn. Yeah, no, there's zero shot they brought in Fawn. There's a chance
sure,
they
but
brought out
fine.
Force of
They're
Will,
gonna
too.
they're gonna definitely keep 4 forces.
Yeah, they probably keep in forces. Why are you even bothering making tokens, opponent? That
Well,
feels like a waste of life total. That feels like a waste of 2 life there to me.
Yeah. I guess they're gonna get a spell bomb, but then we just recast detect.
No, what? Oh, yeah. So yeah, but you pay, so you get to keep a 1/1 for like a turn or something.
Yeah, I don't really see
Feels medium. 2 life for a 1/1 that I guess becomes a 2/2. Maybe that was worth it. I don't know.
And the idea is, if you play Kentucky early enough, they shouldn't be able to convoke.
Yeah, sure. They're gonna have trouble with this Thalia now, I think. Got a pedal, interesting.
Also, yeah. Also, compared to Serenity, we don't really need to. We don't need that to like absolutely wreck them. We just need to make them stumble for a few turns so we can kill them. I think Serenity is more necessary for decks that are less aggressive.
Yeah, 1 sec. Um, okay, can we mind break this? No, we have to pay mana. Sorry, I just get distracted for a sec.
Yeah, I thought I did turn that off, but it stopped them from doing quite a few things.
This is all fine. So I guess they bounced this on our EOT. Is that how this works?
I guess. I think we play Kudro. They'll bounce it. Next turn, we want to play it plus Valiance. You can definitely attack with Champion. If you attack with Thalia, it trades, assuming they bounce in return. But it's probably better to just keep Thalia.
Oh, right. It would trade. I didn't even think of that. I think I just
But I don't know if we care that much, since we're gonna make it pay next turn.
This still looks pretty winning right now.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. We are crashing in for a lot of damage plus Kentucky, and we can mind trip, mind break anything to impact. Yeah, we're definitely attacking for lethal the next turn. They will have some relatively big constructs.
Emery? Can we, we'll spell one, right?
Yeah, you probably should stop. You're making it very obvious that you have a mind break tab.
Am I? How do they know?
Well,
It's not clicking it. Oh, it's
well,
clicking. Does it tell them it's paying costs?
I think it says they're paying costs when you do that.
Does it?
But
I don't know if it does.
maybe you didn't actually click on it.
It does not? Yeah, it doesn't. I think you have to be start to click to pay cost. I think you can click on like any instant and not they wouldn't know. If I clicked to plow and didn't pay a mana, I wouldn't say paying cost if there was a Felly in play.
Okay.
Yeah, unless I'm paying mana for it. That doesn't say. That's
Yeah, I
spelled
guess
too.
there's something around
It's kind of free for them to play around it. They don't really doing much.
it. Yeah, they just like that drop. Sure. Yeah, we're not doing that. So, Spirit. Well, I guess we can play. We can do the Spirit Kataki close combat.
Yeah.
And you definitely want to get rid of that spell bomb.
Yeah. How big is this Sega?
So they have to use the pedal to activate it.
Sega
So it's only going to be 4.
4. 4, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah.
Yeah, I think you send with everything.
Send everything.
The only thing they can trade it with is the Kudro, but then they're at 1. Yeah, I think they can't afford to trade the Kudro. They're at 1.
They probably have to jump with Emery too. I don't know. That's awkward for them.
Yeah, they have to jump
They're
with Emery.
so dead.
And then you play attack. Yeah, I think it's definitely forcing the Emery jump is worth losing Kudro.
Yeah.
And this also prevents a lot of lifelink.
That yelled. There's like we can't cast the Mind Break unless they kill Thalia, which I know is their first thing to kill.
Mm-hmm.
If they go to kill Thalia on yield.
Mm-hmm.
You're dead.
Oh, I didn't know Force tells your point.
They can equip the Shadow Spear, but they're just dead. I'm so tired. I'm gonna have to go Reelpcheep after this league because I do have a early morning appointment, really early. Like I have to be up at like 5. So
this is pretty late on the East Coast. So
we got one more match though here. Still 3-1 so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, we were doing a lot better
than
I
it
thought
feels.
we were.
Yeah, me too. It's like it feels like we weren't doing well. Like these games have been really grindy, and it feels like we've lost a bunch. But like, I guess all our matches have gone to 3 games, but we only lost that one to 4 color. I thought we had, for some reason, I thought we had lost this other one.
It was just that game 2 took forever.
Yeah.
So it felt like it was 2 games.
Yeah.
I guess also like inherently the games that we win, right? We just steamroll the opponent really quickly. Whereas the games you lose are
very dragged out, yeah.
Because we're not quite like burn level that you always have like a small chance of coming back, but low.
Now this deck feels extremely vulnerable to board wipes. Like,
oh yes, well that's
just once you're just like, oh, that's game, cool. You play a Jace, I die, great. Like
that's true, but yeah, that's just always true of playing non-blue deck is that if they the blue decks have the hate for you, they're gonna find it.
Jig says that force tells your opponent if you have it, but like nothing else will.
I don't
I think
know
with
that.
Thalia, like if you had plow, it might tell you too if you try to pay 1 mana for plow, but then they'd show tapping the mana. Like if you had a Thalia in play plus a spell that you could legally cast, I think it would tell your opponent, but not like while you're paying costs, but not for if you're just clicking on cards. Because I know you can just click on cards and like if you can't legally cast it, no, just the force of will. So weird.
It might be because of the life cost.
Yeah, I guess, but like it's like force of will. Like you shouldn't be able to undo force of will on paper, right? That's just like a. You shouldn't be able to go. I reveal force of will. I don't want to. Actually, I don't want to cast this. Like, I mean, you technically could, I guess.
Well, you don't.
Reanimator Fiend. What are the chances this player's on Reanimator? They're 1-3. Good chance. Good chance. Last result is on 8 cast, and before that D&T, before that GAC. So it could be anything. Play the blind.
I think we just keep it.
I don't hate this hand either. We would love another land drop in the next 2 turns.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Vial result. They're going to be on Reanimator. Or they think about oops, and then we have a big advantage if they think we're on oops. Please think I'm on oops.
Yeah, they just maul to double force. Or like, yes, please.
Yes, please. I have got that a lot. I've had people like mull the 4 versus me, and I'm just like open a Bant control hand, like Flooded Strand, Island Ponder. It's just like, oh. It's just like, oh.
No, definitely when I first started playing this game, and I don't know if people know me quite as well as you, but there's definitely I would play against hands where I go Cavern Sentinel and they'd concede to like the freebooters showing 3 forces or something.
It is 8 cast. Okay. Hand is slow against 8 cast, but
yeah.
Chalice. Oh fuck, man. Oh, that's so brutal. Okay, well we can draw a Cavern or our lands to potentially get out of this. Cavern. One time Cavern. No. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as long as they don't have Saga or like, I should have shut my mouth. Word slipped. Did Toronto win the hockey? I should really check that. They won the hockey game? Holy crap.
Whoa.
They were losing the hockey game.
Toronto doing well at the end of a playoff game? What is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
concede. They know what deck we're on, but we're just like pretty dead to that Sega. Wow, they won. They were down 2-0 and they won 4-3. That's really, really good for their chances of not dying this round. Here we go again. So we were saying we like the clubbers. I think the clubber does seem correct if they're on that many like little 1/1s. I think Mountain's pretty bad still. You don't like Kitesail versus them, huh? I think it's fine. Repeat there. Did we cut out again? We may have lost to Reeplcheep, I'm not sure. That's insane. I can't believe the Leafs won that game. Okay, I'm gonna wait for Reep to come back. Kind of don't like this. Aggro plan. Did our first opponent just not have Chalice in their deck?
Sorry, I made sure.
No problem. Did our first opponent not have or not have Chalice in their 8-cast list? Or they just not draw it? They might have sided out even, like, because we're playing Cavern.
We didn't see it.
They might have had a game 1 and sided it out because of Cavern of Souls. That's entirely possible.
True.
So
they also lost, and they lost game 1 in 2 turns. So.
I think Mum's worse than Kitesail, so I'm leaving one of those in. We don't want plows, right?
I don't think so. It's hard to tell.
I think it's
like sometimes it's okay against like turn 1 Emery, but
yeah,
usually it's pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah. We also have Crocus for Emery if we draw them.
Yeah. Questionable.
I'm leaning on keep, but this hand's very, very awkward. If we're, I mean, if Vile gets countered, we're fucked.
Yeah. What is chat?
What are you thinking?
If I had a lot of Katekis, I would mull. But with only one, I think we keep on the play.
Right.
Like,
I'm also leaning on keep, but like I think it's a.
If you can reasonably mull to Kateki, I would mull to.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. I don't really think Thalia is good enough versus them on the, like a turn 2 Thalia is often enough versus them. Like if we're mulling to something better.
Yeah.
Oh, that just resolved. Well, that's good news. Don't play around Mindbreak. We don't have that card. Nobody plays that card. Fuck. We're gonna lose. This is really bad. Could you have not have cast your Shadow Spear as your third spell opponent?
I think they're going to play an Emery or something off that, so I think we can let the Opal go. Or do you want to get the Opal?
The only reason I want to counter this is if they don't have Ancient Tomb.
Okay, you can go for it.
But you could be right that they have Emery, but like if they don't have Emery, then we just lose.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
Like it's a
waiting
waiting is a riskier play than just doing this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the immediate crack means your suspicion might have been correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Especially if they don't have a tomb.
Yeah, if they have a tomb, it's not ideal for us. If they don't have another land, that would be cool too. I'll accept no other land. Ooh, please, yes. Please let me have made the right play. Yes, okay, this was good.
Oh yeah, looks good.
This worked out well.
I think. Do we commando anyways just so they can't get a needle? Or over the chalice? If at all.
What are we supposed to kill here if we do it? Oh, they just concede.
Sure.
I guess that makes our life way easier. Way easier. Why did they why? They might have saw Kentucky on top of our deck.
Would have been very funny.
That would have been very funny if we should have drawn. We should have drawn to see what they saw.
Oh.
I wonder if they saw Kentucky and were just like, fuck it. Like, because like our current board state was not really probably winning that game. Like, that would have been really funny.
Oh man, we should have drawn that card.
I should have drawn that card. I just was like, oh, okay, next, I guess. I was like, Malolus, I think.
Yeah, I think no sidebar cards, only one land.
That was fucking hilarious. Maybe they actually, that would be lovely to find that out. I wonder if they saw it. I think this is a keep, but not happily.
Yeah, it was okay, but not great.
I think we bought him the.
Yeah, I think it's either Lieutenant or Agent.
What are you thinking?
I think we keep Iganjo just because we're going to have, just for if we do top deck the Kentucky,
sure,
you'll want extra white source.
Okay. Chalice me? No, don't chalice me.
Do we wasteland this?
I don't think so. I think we're supposed to land Cavern and Vial.
Yeah, I think we try and hold off on the Cavern. I would like to hold off the Cavern.
Sure, that's fine, yeah.
Just in case we top deck Kataki.
Yeah. My only argument for playing Cavern was that if they like somehow like play a Chalice or something next turn and I want to wasteland and play this thing.
That's true.
But I think that's really less likely.
In that situation, you might want.
Like I was worried about force into like a something to stop this, basically like a Chalice here or something. and want to still be able to
But
waste
in that
land.
situation, Chalice Thalia is still okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Just I think we're cabining humans with this hand now, regardless.
yeah, I think we're sort of priced into that. I think I looked at with since they didn't do anything with their tomb, I think we're not wastelanding. We just play Thalia.
No, yeah, that's what I'm already doing. Yeah, I was debating between Sentinel or Thalia. I think it's Thalia though.
And we definitely want to get a 3 mana here. Since next it seems very likely that they're gonna make a Thopter next turn.
Yeah.
Although I guess they can go straight to the 4/4 if they're willing to pay a lot of life.
Yeah. Could be fine for us though. Their mana base is hurting them a lot right now.
We might want to save Nightclubber for an Alpha Strike then.
Possible, yeah.
This is where the Blitz is really nice because you can get the -1 effect and some extra damage, whereas off something you have to choose.
Yeah, now we definitely save the Clubber. We just cast Kudro next turn, I think.
Sure. Oh, no more artifacts.
Interesting.
Yeah, we just play Kudro. I think. I don't really see any other option. Any other good option.
I think it's Kudro.
They didn't even use their mana to make a servo. That seems incorrect.
Well, they couldn't make a servo. They had one floating, but they could have made a Thopter.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's like
hope
attacked, but that only trades with one. It seems bad. Ugh, they hit a blue line, but that's probably not the worst for us either. Seems like their hand's just completely dead. Could be wrong, but like...
Yeah, I don't...
They don't have artifacts in hands. They don't have Kappa in hands. They might have a Force in hand or something.
Multi Force, I guess. Do we waste the blue source?
I don't think so because of their Opal.
They have Opal on.
Like, I think we're supposed to hold the waste for a Sega.
Do we just Alpha or wait for another turn?
I think we're supposed to just cast Sentinel off Cavern.
Okay.
Is that
like,
wrong?
do you want a Sentinel or Sentinel and Clubber?
I think I just want a Sentinel and pass.
Okay.
Because they're just... Ultimately, they're just going to make more... I guess they can't make more, but they could do EOT. I don't think Alpha is needed right now.
Well, the -1 makes it a lot easier to attack with General.
That is true. I still think I'm just going to pass here and do it next turn.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
We're just going to make another 1/1 in return here, probably. Or they're going to take some life for what purpose?
So, okay, so the plan is just save Wasteland for a Saga.
They're making a 4/4 for a lot of life.
No, well, not it. They have Opal, so just 2 life.
Well, yeah, not really. I mean, yeah, it's pay. Oh yeah, you're right. It's just 2 life because of Opal.
Okay.
Goodbye. Do it now.
Yeah.
No manas for you.
Yeah, I think there's a chance that doing it now costs them 2 life.
Is there a world where we're popping this EOT playing a new Kudro? Probably not.
You have to sacrifice 2 things. So.
Yeah, I know. You'd sacrifice Kudro and something else.
Now, if you have 5 mana, you can sacrifice a Blitz Nightclubber to draw a card, which can.
Yeah, it could be neat.
But this deck's not usually.
At the moment, is it worth sacrificing? No, not really.
No, it's fine. You just play the Nightclubber, then it's a 3/3 attack.
Oh, or that.
Or we just exile it. Yeah, I think we just exile it and attack. Maybe not with the Sentinel. But I think we play the Cathar and attack. We
Yeah,
want
I'm more debating if we want to exile a Psy, but I don't think that's correct.
well, Psy is a problem if we didn't have the Night Clever. Although, yeah,
I think we just hit the token. I think hitting
yeah,
token's fine.
yeah. And of course, also, if you hit the token, you're not giving anything back if they kill it.
Yeah, yeah.
The question is, are we willing to trade?
Wait. What if we sacrifice? What if we hit the thoughts? No, but then they have to get the Psy back. Okay, that's fine. I was gonna say we could have hit this and then sacrificed this to kill that, but I think that's worse because they just get the Psy back then. So we
Yeah, I
just hit
think
the
we do
token.
the thing. We attack with everything. They can make it. They can trade a servo for the Sentinel, but then they're taking 6 damage, which I don't think they can afford to do.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Like you could not do it with a Sentinel, but that costs you a lot of damage because they can just block
They also
3
lose
cards.
the servo.
Yeah. I think the Sentinel is worth the extra damage in a servo
Yeah,
at this point.
I don't think the Sentinel's actually drawing us many cards at this point. They're also just. I think their hand is. I think their hand may have Forcible in it. Like that's why they might be not casting spells because their hand just does nothing. What is this? Is it a Hall Breacher?
I don't think they have enough. I guess I'll feature. That's not the end of the world.
Petty Theft. Do I get to draw a card? Where's this targeting? The Kudrow? Guess that's a little awkward.
It's a little.
Can't even sack.
Uh,
Yeah, should be fine still.
they take that. That is kind of.
We're taking so much damage here. I killed both my
It
guys.
it does kind of wrath their board, but it did do a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. It's quite a blowout, but like.
Wasn't it strictly better to block the other way around?
No,
Oh no,
no, they
no,
blocked
first strike.
correctly for strike.
Right.
Their mana base is really killing them. Like they can't really cast a lot of spells here.
Mm-hmm.
They probably can tap Tomb about once more before it's gonna be too risky to tap anymore. If they cast 2 spells, this flips, right?
No, it's still it has to be nighttime first.
Oh, this card's so confusing.
It only flips if it's all already on the other side to start with.
Psy makes 4/4s. Oh, Psy does make 4/4s. She's right. Didn't think about that. We didn't think about that. Psy makes 4/4s.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
All the combos in these decks. What happened to the land? Where'd it go?
Oh,
They
drawing
sacked
cards.
it. Draw a card. Interesting. So we need to cast 2 spells? Or we need to cast no
Oh,
spells?
someone needs to not cast a spell.
Unfortunately,
And
we're
then
casting
cast
spells.
spells.
Kudrow off Caverns. So this first.
Yeah, I think we just play Sentinel and then Kudrow and hope that Night Clever goes wide enough. But we
Yeah.
probably should exile the Psy. I guess I thought I was trying to set up for lethal that turn, but
Yeah, I didn't think about the Psy. I didn't really think. I didn't think about the Psy making 4/4s either.
Yeah, our play was a little bit fast, like to kill them that turn, but
Yeah.
obviously.
Well, neither of us thought about Brazen Borrower as something they would had. I just assumed their hand was actually completely dead. Wait, why? Opponent?
But
What?
obviously they don't know. Obviously, Jig is better than both us and the opponent.
Yeah, Jig, you're better than both us and the opponent of knowing how to make a 4/4.
Okay, so that misplay on their part, I
Probably
think,
kills them, yeah.
to Night Clever.
Like, they can still make a 4/4. They definitely aren't tapping Tomb, right? So I draw a card here.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they could tap Tomb and then no wait, no, this is making 2. Okay, wait. Hold up, I drew something that I can cast at some point. No, probably not casting it. Attack opponent. Attack with the flyer. It's a good idea.
Okay, so we play Clubber. They have a 4/4. They have a 3/3 and a 0/3, and they die. Sounds good.
Yeah, that mistake I think cost them the game.
Well, Jake, obviously you should have been hosting this, but well, we got the 4-1 anyway. They probably have like a.
Was that the game? What game was that? Game 2? We're up that game after they. This was game 3, I think, right?
This was game 3. Game 1 they conceded to Caracas Sensei.
Game 2 they. No.
Dismember. Game 2 they had the dismember for Kataki.
No, that was the first 8 cast player. I don't remember which. Yeah, that was the first 8 cast player that had the dismember, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, just
league opponents attack all.
Yeah, it's unless they have blue spirit guide.
Blue spirit guide. All right, yeah. No, that was that a 2-0 in the
That was game
match?
3.
Was it? It was no, it was game 3, but I don't think it was the same. Let's do the replay quickly.
Oh no, you're right. I was thinking of the other one.
This was the one where they
Chalice guy.
This is the Chalice us, then concede to whatever the hell our top deck was.
That was the concede to the top deck.
Yeah.
Can you draw in replays?
On a replay? I
Can you draw cards?
Doubt it, but let's find out.
That was good. You could just press the last button like a million times.
Yeah. Well, it's not very many million because this game really didn't go very long. But draw.
Right.
No, it won't let us see. Damn it.
No.
Okay, well we got our 4-1. Yeah. What do you? Yeah. Do you want any more thoughts on this deck? I know you like this deck a lot more than I do. Those games were so. What were we faced 4-color twice. We faced Reanimator. 4-color twice, 8 cast twice, and Reanimator. That's quite a league.
Yeah, that's not exactly what.
Hey, Bottom Fall, thanks for the follow.
You saw a few games where we ran over 4-color, but we could definitely.
Look at all my losing here while I was playing Nick Fit and stuff over the last few days.
I think the deck, it's very clear what is good. It is not good against decks with lots of sweepers.
Yeah.
And turn 0 combo.
So we lost the one match we lost to a sweeper, right? We lost to the
Kozilek return.
Kozilek's return, which is really bad, especially with our Mother Runes in play. Like
it's basic
with all the triggers.
Yeah, and it was we lost Kozilek's return with a Mama play in response to making our whole board 3 toughness.
Yeah.
So I think if
you lost to Dead Gael today. What deck were you playing to lose to Dead Gael? That is kind of funny. Although I lose to Dead Gael more than most people because I played Oops All spells and that deck is horrendous against Dead Gael, especially when they like 4 Deafening Silence, 4 Leyline sideboard, and then like 8 discard spells. Storm. Yeah, that sounds about right too. Like it's very anti-combo that deck.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the deck
performed. It beat 8 cast twice. I don't know our 8 cast players played perfectly, but
obviously neither did we.
Neither did we. We
missed
a few lines.
Yeah, I think the premise of the deck was borne out in a bunch of games that Sentinel is a 2/2. It's really annoying for blue decks.
Yes, it does seem that way. Especially even as a 1/1, like if you can cavern it on 1, it can be quite annoying because they're either then like if they have if say they have a plow or a bolt that they're on a blue deck that has to remove it, you draw a card on turn 1, or they pass the turn doing nothing, or they cast a ponder and then you draw a card and you probably draw a card off the second thing they cast the next turn too. So like it is quite a good turn 1 play, it seems, especially off the Cavern of Souls.
Yeah, and
so it's an annoyance.
And if you like, and I think right now everyone's trying to go over Delver, so trying to go under Delver can take people unawares. And then lastly, if you don't really need the Scrublands, and if you get rid of those, it's a $1,000 deck that can top 4 challenge. So, sorry, it's maybe not as good as Rainbow Depths, but than that, it's pretty good as far as
I
cheap
don't think it's as
lanes
good as
go.
Oops either for cheap decks, but it's a different type of deck. So
That's true. It is and also it's just a fair aggro deck that isn't
also D&T
real.
is probably cheaper than this too, with caverns being so
Um,
expensive. Maybe I'm wrong on
sure.
that. I could be wrong on
So
that.
it's
With D&T
but
being an
five
80
solitude
card, yeah.
for,
If
for
you're talking about 80 card D&T, Solitude and Sega is probably more expensive than Cavern Souls.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but you know, it's an interactive deck. It's very aggressive. You can win games if people aren't expecting, and sometimes you can win all games too.
yeah. Why do you
So
play
I
3
don't.
Leyline, not 4 in this deck?
Was I just it seemed like at least in challenges there were more decks that were weak to main big trap than there was Leyland.
Sure, that makes sense for challenges. In a situation where you're expecting more Reanimator to be on 4 ley lines, then
Yeah, I would probably go 3 and 4 instead of 4 and 3.
that makes
But
sense. Yeah.
but Ant and Tess are doing quite well, and you're pretty likely to face some elves and
Well,
elves
I don't necessarily think that Ant and
big
Tess are doing quite well. I think Tess has seen a drop off. I don't know the results as well as you do. I do data for a site, but we don't like I don't actively look at who's winning things. Brian Demonic Tutors on Ant has been winning a lot, but also like has been losing a lot too. And then the other challenge I looked at Demonic Tutors, like the last challenge went 2-3 and Bryant went 2-4. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't I
you're
don't
not there's not too many other than Reanimator. There's not too very
Yeah,
little
so
hard graveyard decks.
I agree
Dredge
with
and
that.
Maltech.
In a challenge situation, I think this is a lot better because I don't expect to face much Reanimator if any, and then there's no dredge, basically no oops in challenges, and Mindbreak's good against oops anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Also, you inherently have lots of slow graveyard hate.
Hmm.
You have Tomic and General Goudreau, and Kitesail is sort of loam hate. So yeah,
Yeah,
for like, so you don't need Leyline for
the slower
like,
dredge decks like
gr-
loam decks.
yeah, something like lands or whatever that you would
Yeah,
really that you want hate that sort of hate. The
yeah,
slow
or something
hate is
like
covered
fast
by the
lands.
main deck.
That's true. That's
So
true. You're also a
it's
fast deck
really
enough deck. Yeah.
and if basically if they're fast enough to ignore your main deck grain your hate, they probably care about Mind Big Trap.
Have you been blown up by Tabernacle yet on this deck?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you can definitely lose to Trap Deck.
That feels like something that could happen on this deck if you were like tapped off a wasteland or like didn't have a wasteland in
Yeah.
play or used it earlier. They're just like tabby. Oh, kill 5 things. Cool.
Oh,
Or
I
kill
know.
3
In
things or
this
something
deck,
like.
yeah, compared to deity, I would argue that you're much better against combo, but you are way worse against stuff like lands and just generally fair enough.
So I'd fucking this is driver support's turning on. The screens can't see this, but like I got this driver support thing that always pops up on my screen. I don't know how to get rid of it yet, but I'd argue that this isn't better against some combo decks, but is better against others. Uh, I don't maybe specifically against Doomsday because of your pressure, you're better, but like Mind Break's a pretty medium card versus medium or below versus Doomsday, and
But yeah,
like you don't
yeah,
really
you have more of a clock than DNT, and I would argue that
you're a
Freebooter
little
is,
stronger against Massacre too because you don't need to play out the planes.
and I would say Freebooter is generally better against combo than
Yeah, then like
uh, Spirit is.
maybe yeah.
And then also you just have a much
I
faster
think
goldfish.
I think without deafening silence, I'd rather face this than on Oops all spells. I'd rather face this than D&T. If you're on no, well, that's not true. So, well, it's debatable. D&T plays Solitude, which is annoying for Oops. It's not like people underrate that card a lot. Like Lunal, like he'll just mull the double Solitude versus me. He knows that that card will just like crush me half the time because like Oops hands aren't gonna try to play around that very much. So like game ones, we won't be able to cast therapies against them because we're just like, oh, we're gonna lose to Solitude if we cast this therapy. Like I've seen a lot of D&T players, like even faced one in paper the other day that boarded out all their Solitudes. I was like, that's the best card you have in your deck versus me. Like you brought in
Yeah.
very irrelevant sideboard cards. That's the best card you have versus me. Like
Mm-hmm.
so like
But Oops is sort of weird that way because of the bridge from below
yeah
interaction.
exactly yeah no but you can just
But I just think
hit
in
them off decks,
general,
but like
against most combo decks, you would much rather have Champion of the Parish and Esper Sentinel than Swords to Plowshares and I don't know and Skyclick.
maybe
Right?
game one, but like I I I guess the point of I disagree is I don't think this card's very good. I think this card's fine
Yeah.
against some combo decks, but like I think permanent based hate is generally better than trying to play Mindbreak, especially against decks like Ant. Like they have very little ways of beating they have very little ways of beating like a deafening silence, but they have a lot more ways of beating this card where they can just discard you
True.
if they're already playing.
Maybe I should consider going slowly.
But
My idea that yeah, maybe Deafening Silence is better than Mind Retract, but is Deafening Silence better than a Sentinel
I think I'd
plus
play
a Mind
both of them.
Retract?
Like I just think I'd play both of them. I think I'd play two mind breaks and somehow fit like 4 deafening silences on the board. I don't think I would have played Leyline Void in a challenge, but that's just me, I guess. Like I don't think Leyline's worthwhile in the challenge meta at all, in a competitive meta.
I don't know. Well, so far I've been beating blue combo pretty consistently, but I have been mostly facing like ants and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the real thing to do is try and not be so bad against depths and lands. That's
Yeah,
partly
I wonder what you're supposed to do for that. More Atomics? Like,
yes.
Atomic's not even that... Atomic's fine, I guess. But it's not like that
Atomic's-
good against green and white. It's fine against green and white.
Yeah, I guess green white.
I feel like your green and white matchup might be bad because they don't really care about overflow of board and can kind of put bigger things. I don't know. I don't actually know. I don't know I know very little about green white depths, so like I wouldn't really know how to judge that matchup. But they play a lot of removal spells, which is relevant.
One idea I was thinking was opposition agent. Generally, it's very good in curses, but they can get it. You can get it out faster. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
if turn 3
that
is fast
seems
enough.
pretty slow, and it
But
doesn't do much
it
in
is a
plans. But stop
But
the
it
crop
does
rot.
hate-
But
Yeah, I get it'd
Yeah.
be more against depths where they have like hits knight and sentinel and greets us and
Reclaimer.
reclaimer
Yeah.
and fetches
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
and flagstones and
yeah.
saga if they're playing.
Lots of things. That's true.
But the only question is it too slow? It's also like
I think it would be
okay against combo.
I don't know actually what I would do against lands. Versus lands, you kind of want things like the green cards. You kind of want Force of Vigor, Beseiju, like ending is fine, but like ending on 2 is less fine, I guess, or 1 even in this case.
Also, the deck's built. We can afford. Well, we can afford non-creature white, but because of Django, but we are not built to have a non-creature black.
Yeah, I know it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, well, there's no. It's not usually a reason to need that. It's not a prophecy stack.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
So yeah, you only have 9.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about how
you have 7. You have 7 actual black sources.
I'm trying to think about how you would want to improve your lands matchup, and I can't really think of a thing because honestly, D&T's land matchup has gotten worse and worse these days too. So and they're not really they should be a little bit better against lands than this probably, but it's not much. They have wisps and skyclaves which are good, but
yeah. One idea is you could just prel it on 2.
Yeah, that could help. Yeah. Is Prelate a human?
Yeah, Prelate is human.
So you could sideboard 1 Prelate or something.
Yeah, it's not horrible against combo.
It's not horrible against combo, but it's a little slow, and it's also no recruiters, so it's a little worse. But it could be fine. It's a consideration.
Yeah, no, I've tried Pellet over in the 3-drop main deck slot as well.
I don't think I'd play it main deck. I think I'd sideboard it, but I'm not sure.
Oh no, but I tried it and it wasn't unreasonable.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just another hate bear.
It's especially not it's. I'd also I don't know actually. I was gonna say I might bring this in versus Delver, but I don't think you would. If you had a main deck, it would be decent versus Delver because you're not really casting 1-drops and they are. Yeah. It's interesting.
Well, you have no non-creatures. It's a pile.
Yeah. Anyway, Reep, thanks for the stream. It's been good. This was good.
Thanks for having me.
I'll try to get an export on this for YouTube or something at some point.
Sure.
And yeah, just thanks for joining and everything and talking about this deck. And sorry, the stream cut out in the beginning. Like that's gonna be a little awkward for YouTube. I don't really think I could patch that, but like, we didn't. I don't. Have we played any matches or not? We might have been in one match. I don't think we. I don't think we were in a match when the stream cut out. I think we were talking still. Not entirely sure. But it was on both ends, I think. But anyway.
That was lots of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was a lot of fun.
And thanks to anyone who was watching.
Yeah.